I so congratulate to all of you for enrolling and going through this program. This program, this course module, which is meant for helping you learn how to guide graduate students, how to guide all those students who have passed school, have gotten admission into college, and help them into career planning. This course module is all about that. And next few hours, in next few modules, we together will figure out how to help somebody plan their career if they are in college. I'm Surbhi Devra, founder CareerGuide.com, and with years of experience into career guidance space, I have culminated this entire curriculum for all of you and want to give and share the same science, same methodology which we use at Career Guide. So again, I hope you will enjoy this course curriculum. The idea would be towards the end of this course that you are super comfortable in dealing all the students who are in college. We will give you step-by-step methodology. We'll give you a lot of blueprints. We'll give you a lot of checklists. And we will make sure that this art of career guidance becomes a formula-driven science to you. I once again welcome you to this course curriculum. My suggestion or recommendation would be attentive during the video program. Attempt your quizzes, re-attempt your quizzes in case you have not been able to go through it. And you will come out with full confidence to go about making your career in guiding graduates, in guiding college students. I'm sure before this module, you would have gone through Career Guide School module, where we have talked about how to guide school students right from 9th to 12th standard. In case you have not, I will highly recommend you to be doing that. That's a fantastic course curriculum, again designed for school students, and that makes a foundation for career counselors and all the career guides out there. So yes, do go through those curriculum, and if you have gone through it, then I ensure and I promise that you'll find this entire structure super easy because you would know what our methodologies are like. Great. So before I take you through what's world graduate data like, I would like to take you through what is population of graduate students in India. Though whatever we are learning here is applicable across the world, the methodology, the science, the formula, the steps, it's all applicable across the world for all the college students in different parts of the world. But here I talk in terms of number more for India, because India is a country which has largest number of student population, and we have a demographic dividend. That means that we have the world's most young population. Hence, taking up India's students' population number becomes very interesting. If you know that 40 crore of our population comprises of youth from 17 to 25 age group. And this is the population which is usually in college or into tertiary education. Roughly 6.8 crores of graduates in India are there. Roughly 6.8 crore graduates. Now I'll consider graduates would be somebody who's into diploma, would into vocational, would be into somebody who has moved out of school and have enrolled into a program and a curriculum. This comprises of roughly 17% of India's student population, which is into tertiary education, which has gone beyond school, their higher senior secondary, to go about taking up an education. Now, if you look at the world number, this is fairly lower when you look at world number, where you see the numbers in chart. The 84%, 62%, 43%, South Asia has 20%, world roughly averages 34%. India is definitely less when it comes to its tertiary education, it comes to its college going students. But interesting thing is here to mark. that this overall growth percentage is increasing at approximately 9% year on year. Now this is very promising. That means more and more number of students are going about and getting enrolled into college. They are going about taking some higher education after school, and they're going about getting into some sort of programs beyond school, which is very encouraging. Now this number is definitely a very good number for business of career counseling, where we as career counselor, we as career guides have a sizable audience to deal with, to talk about, to go about help them in their career planning. If I have to give you division of undergrad students, enrollment discipline wise, you will see roughly 13% and 14% falls under 13% falls under engineering technology. Management is sizable number, 17%. A very big sizable number, 33%, falls into arts or humanities kind of programs. Medical sciences 4%, and the rest of them, social science, others, IT and computers, again is a good big chunk of division which is out there. So yes, this is what the division percentage looks like for our graduate programs, students who are into colleges, and this fairly gives us an idea how we can position ourselves as career guides and career counselors. Definitely, if you are somebody who wants to focus on BTech students, you have a good size market size. If you want to look at something as management, this is a good market size. If you're looking at somebody into BA programs, it's a good market size. So this is the number which is important for you to look at, so that you can be sure of what you're targeting towards. During this program, I'll specifically take BTech students in much detail in terms of how to plan their career, and then and taking BTech as a reference, we'll start looking at how to guide BCom student, how to guide BA student, how to guide BSc student, how to guide BBA students, and all of it. One of the reasons we picked BTech as a benchmark, or BTech as one full-fledged study, one of the reason being that BTech curriculum is much more evolved. BTech colleges are much more evolved. I'm interchangeably going to use BTech and BE. Let's say engineering students, and they're much more adaptable, or much more pro towards career planning. So that's one of the reasons it's very, very easy to go about understanding BTech student, engineering students. The space in the market is quite ripe. This is a professional program. Everybody is looking at job readiness. Colleges are looking at job readiness. Students are looking at job readiness. They are looking at career readiness, and parents are looking for career readiness. And hence, to understand the market and understand your services, this becomes easy for you to go about. Hence, you will see that we will talk a lot about BTech students in detail, and taking that as a reference, we will learn about guiding other disciplines also. Now, my next question to you would be, you might end up asking, Surbi, why do you think graduates need career guidance? We always thought career guidance is only till school level, or it was about choosing a college. It's about choosing a course, and once you have chosen a course, you have chosen a career. Usually, when somebody gets into a college, we end up thinking that it's done. A career is done. Career has been chosen. Everything is on student now. So my question to all of you, do you really think graduates need career guidance? I'm sure all of you agree to yes, because that's why you have enrolled into this program. You know this is important. Interesting thing is that you have to know that everybody needs guidance, including graduates. Working professional needs guidance. Somebody who is into 30 years into work also needs guidance. So every single person needs guidance, and I'm specifically talking about career guidance. Now, career guidance does not stop at school. You have to know this. As a career counselor, you need to have this conviction that career counseling does not stop at school. In fact, it starts there. You need to know this. You need to buy hard this. Maybe take this as a printout, stick it inside your office. Let everybody know this. Usually parents also think, students also think that okay, we have selected a college, we have visited a career counselor, everything is sorted. We know we have picked up a course which they suggested, they did psychometric tests, they figured out a course, they got in it. Now, interesting thing is actually no. And hence it becomes much important to handhold these graduates because there's much more pressure on them because everybody thinks they are sorted, right? And hence it's so important you as a career counselor to go about, talk about the needs of graduates' career planning to parents, to graduates themselves. Let them know that they're okay if they are confused. Let them know that it's okay if they're stuck because that's what your services are all about. That's what career mentors are all about, career guides are all about. Exactly. While I've been talking about we all agree there's a need of graduate career counseling. Usually career guides themselves, as in career counselors like you themselves, end up thinking that for graduates it's more about finding a job. For graduates it's more about helping them with their resume and maybe mock interviews. Now, I'll say actually no. If you really need to master how to guide graduate students, I'll say the best way to master it is by dividing class year wise, it's like, are you guiding graduate year 1? Are you guiding graduate year 2? Are you guiding graduate year 3 and 4 if we are talking about BTECs? Yes, BTEC is a 4-year program, unlike other graduation program, which is 3-year program. So it becomes so important to be talking about them. Now, why? I'll be taking couple of next slides. I'll be taking you through why we strongly think that graduates or students who have passed out from school, they need a mentor, they need a career guide. And I'm sure my role would be to convince you by end of it by saying that yes, they definitely need it. I don't know why we never thought about this, that they don't need it, or why we just left a set of family who was into college thinking they know how to go about it, or we just didn't care about handling that clientele. So my idea in next few slides or next few minutes would be to tell you that why we should be ardently looking at graduates as for career planning. In fact, I'm sure towards the end of it you'll be more convinced that it's not the school students who need it, it's the graduates who need more. School student is just small part of the entire game of career guidance. One important thing is, the first one I would say is parental pressure. I'll be talking a lot more about this in my next modules and next course slides. But you have to understand, when somebody is in school, lot of the decisions are based on what their parents wanted. Let's assume the student, even if they came to you earlier for guidance, or even if they did not come to you, but everything what they have been hearing as kid, what do you want to become, I want you to become this, all this conversation which has been fed up in their mind. So there's lots and lots of biases which just creeps in their mind. Another thing is that most of the decisions are usually taken by parents or guardians. That's understandable, and usually it's only very exposed to family, as in which is very motivated family, who would listen and take a very informed decision. But mostly it's the parental pressure which comes into picture. Another very important factor which comes to you after 12th is about getting into a good college. That's the ultimate thing which goes in. So career guidance becomes all about college admission guidance. Everybody wants to get into top college. Either they want to get into IIT bits or they want to get into DU campuses. All of them has certain idea about a college. even if a child is sure about what career they want to do, but because many times because of college selection or college criterias or college applications or college distance or college fees, they possibly turn out to be in a different institute, and this is so much of pressure that time. They would if they're getting into great college, fantastic. If they're not getting into a great college, they're disappointed, parents are disappointed, they have so much of pressure around them, they don't know how to go about it. And definitely every parent has an expectation with the child, and it turns out to be it turns out to be that these expectations which are non-vocal definitely create some sort of pressure on students, on those child. So we understand about this parental pressure. Another connected dot to that is, I as a student never gave any thought. There's a very methodical way schools work. You have to give 10th board, then you have to go about 11th, then you have to go pick up some competitive exam, then you have to get into 2L, then you have to give your board exam, then you have to fill college application form, and then you have to do good in college, get a college which fees is not very high, still good, or get into a college which ranks are very high. All of that comes into picture. Now with all this conversation happening around, and there's so much of decision happening around, students always under a decision or thought process which is not their own, which is more of acquired decision making process. Even if when they come to you in school time, their ability to question you is less. Their ability to listen and grasp and take a lot of more information is much higher, because that's first time they're getting into some structured discussion into career guidance. They're just listening. They are just figuring out what is this new world of so many careers, or they're just figuring out what competitive they have to give, what colleges they need to get in. There's always a deadline which they have to meet, and they want those information to be given by you. So even when they're reaching out to you during their school days, still I'll say the process of free flow thinking does not happen, which generally starts happening once they're in college, once they know one milestone has been met, and there's again a new life which they have to create. So definitely I'll say that students are in this phase where they have not given very very serious thoughts around, and usually I'll talk about major chunk and major percentage of population. I am not talking mostly about that top 0.1% student who are very focused, very aware. So my conversation definitely is about the larger chunk of students around. So yes, they have been in that phase during school days. Why I'm and then very important, I think this is the point, is very important. Now we say that okay, graduates or college going students who have passed out from school, they need career guidance because there have been a lot of parental pressure, parental expectation. There has not been any free flow thought. We need to develop that free flow thought. Very important factor here. Let's say there's no parental pressure, there has been free flow of thought, students was aware, was getting into a lot of career guidance and mentoring session, was becoming very clear. What about navigating through course to careers? What I mean is, let's say I take admission into BCom into one of the reputed universities, college, but how do I translate BCom course to a career option? That becomes very very important. How do I translate BBA management course to a career option? How do I translate a BA program to a career option? This is very important to know. There are few courses which we understand how to translate. Those few courses may be BTech, those few courses may be BCA, where you will be translating it as software engineer. BTech, if you're into mechanical, you'll be translating it to mechanical engineering. If it's chemical, you'll be translating into chemical engineering. But what if there are programs like BCom, BSc, BA, other programs? So every course is connected to a lot of career options, lots of career options, lots of job options. Even computer science is connected to multiple career options. It could be graphic design, it could be web development, it could be app development, it could be AI, it could be machine learning, it could be big data, it could be algorithm designer, it could be product developer. There are multiple job options added on that. So hence, the role of career counselor also becomes important, and the need of graduate counseling also becomes very important to help them navigate them through course to careers. I have talked a great deal about this into one of the course module about getting into a new life from school to college, about getting into adolescent freedom, about having a new perspective, new circle, new friends. They have just entered college. It's different. It's very different from what they have been going through in school and the other side. So this becomes very, very important phase of their life, and it's quite possible to get distracted in this phase, and hence career counselor becomes very, very important. Career guides become very important so that they can help these students navigate through new life. I've talked a great deal about in the next module. This particular one, nobody to guide me like school, everything lies upon me. Give a reflection on this. Is that school is a very methodical process where I know what to expect. I have been given a timetable right from 1st standard to 12th standard. The same method has been followed. Teachers take care of you. Tuition centers might be there. There's a discipline, there's a timetable, but college comes with a lot of freedom. You have to create your own timetable. There's less pressure of attendance or school going kind of a thing, because in a school there was no concept of 75% attendance, 80% attendance. It was you are supposed to go to school daily, right? Whereas in college that changes a bit. There's no uniform, there are color dresses, I can get into fashion bandwagon. There's a whole lot of different things. Teachers don't know you really from very long to guide you through. All the professors are new, all the lecturers are new. All that is so new. And hence, the ownership on individual is a lot. And that can be a lot of things. Hence, they need a mentor, they need a guide like you to support them, answer to their queries, their basic queries, and take them through, sail them through this phase. They also need guidance because they need to be job ready for the job world, right? Like resume, like LinkedIn, like interviews, what kind of certification to do, what courses to be done, what jobs are in the market, how to be job ready. That's also a role of career counselor like you. You have to help them into this entire thing. Now, if you notice, I'm saying need to be ready for job world, but these graduates also need to be ready for the world, right? It's just not for the job world, but for the world. Your individual personality needs to be out. You have to be confident. You need to be good at communication. You need to be good at teamwork. You need to be good at some life skills which are very, very important. Now, the role of career counselors is also to ensure that your student, your candidate, your mentee turns out to be amazing, confident person who's willing to take up things by stride. I've talked about this, options, and more options. When you are in school, your ultimate goal is I'm getting into college. I need to get good admission, a good college, desirable college, which my parents, friends, family will be happy about. But once you get into college, you realize that there's a whole lot of options open for higher education, options open for, is it masters into management or engineering or creative careers, options open up for study in India, study abroad, options open up multiple things. Should I be doing internships? Should I be doing extra activities? Should I be getting into a job right now? There's whole lot of it. What sort of job should I be getting in? Should I be getting into a job which is related to online? Should I be getting into a job which is related to something else? There's whole lot of options out. So as your role, and we'll talk about these options, how to go about dealing with these options in coming slides, coming modules. But this entire module is to understand why graduates need career guidance. So yes, help them navigate through options becomes very, very important. How about related to is changing career path, new age careers. So for example, I took admission into BTech, computer science. Damn, I don't want to do it. I absolutely don't want to do it. I think I'm not cut for BTech. I did it. I got into IIT. I enjoyed it because I was able to clear it and everybody wanted me to do it and I'm good at it. But now I seem like I don't want to do this. My goal was tech. My goal was getting into top college like IIT, but maybe not beyond this. I really want to explore something more, maybe something new age career. Maybe I want to start my own thing, Maybe I want to get into entrepreneurship. Maybe I want to do something else. I really need to figure this out. And that's also your role as career guides and career counselor. So ultimately, if you will notice that all the pointers has been about how do you provide that focus to the student and how do you help make them move to this transition very, very smooth. Be it year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4 is about focus. You bringing the child to the direction, to the path, helping them explore that, helping them get to that determination, that one point focus, and helping them be that wonderful job ready, confident individual who's ready to take world on the stride. Yes, that's what it's all about. And I'm sure by this time you're so convinced that yes, career guidance is just not for school students. It's meant for every single person who has been out of the school. It's meant for every single graduates also. And in the coming module, we'll talk about how to deal with everything step by step, what your services should be like, how you should be dealing with, what sort of questions they will end up asking you. I hope you have enjoyed this part. This has been the first module, and I'm sure you will do your quiz well. Good luck.